we need to talk about the week ahead from an economic perspective, as well as an earnings front. We should talk about the traits that I see within millionaires in my personal circle. And then finally, we're going to talk about what two markets does Grant Cardone think are the worst real estate markets to invest in. Folks, this is your daily financial news for July 29th. And you know what? Let's start with Grant Cardone. So Grant Cardone was being interviewed, as he often is, about real estate. In this particular interview, they asked AI or artificial intelligence to list the top 10 real estate markets to invest in. And the number one market suggested by AI was Austin, Texas. At which point, Grant Cardone lost his mind. Grant Cardone basically said that Austin is not a great place. In fact, he wouldn't invest there at all. Today, what happened in Austin is the last couple of years, obviously, there's been great migration, lots of appreciation, and Austin, Texas was a great market to invest in. I don't know, I don't invest in Austin. I don't pretend to know it. I do see online that Austin is the market in the top 200 that is negative. I think it is down 10 or 11%. A lot of that is because it had artificial appreciation from all the migration. I have to agree with Grant that Austin, Texas, probably today, again, at a grand scale, not a great market to invest in. Let me be clear. There are plenty of real estate investors rushing it in Austin. If you do the work, you write disrespectful offers, you can find motivated sellers and you can win. But when you talk about it in broad strokes, for the average investor who doesn't do the work, Austin is probably a terrible market to invest in. It may eventually get to a point where it's great again, but today it is not. What I find most interesting about this is AI versus Grant. Grant is in the business, right? He's probably looking at deals and he's looking at the Sun Belt a lot. It's no secret. So I think that just shows you that artificial intelligence is always going to be lagging. I think that is the big thing to take away from that kind of discovery is artificial intelligence will always be lagging. It's always operating on an old data set. If you are a real estate investor, you should not be asking artificial intelligence where the best in markets are. You should be, shocking, I know, doing the work. Didn't plan to go here, but I might as well. On August 13th, I want to be hosting a session for 500 people to tell you how I would rebuild a portfolio starting from scratch today. I look forward to that session. I'm going to give you everything that I'd be doing and hopefully help a lot of people really understand what do the work means. Because again, in any market, in any time, there are investors crushing it. My experience is it's good operators who are consistent, not fly by night, not charlatans, not Excel ninjas, not gurus who pitch easy. This is never easy. How to get started one rental at a time is amazing because it works. It's not fun. It's not fast. It's not sexy, but it works. So again, I thought this conversation, and just to round it out, Grant had heartburn with Austin, Texas. Then he went on to talk about Seattle. I think Grant was quoted as saying, I wouldn't invest in Seattle with someone else's money, which I thought was interesting because that's pretty much what he does. I thought that was interesting. But anyways, the two markets that Grant said he wouldn't touch are Austin and Seattle. Let me know in the comments below. Do you agree, not agree? I think Austin's an easy choice. Seattle, don't know anything about it. I do talk to Beth and Mike and hear, some things, but no personal opinion. Let's talk about the economic week ahead because we got a lot of stuff coming. It starts on Monday with what's called the Senior Loan Officer Survey. We're going to find out how tight credit is getting, what is loan volume, what is your decline rates. This report probably for 20 years didn't even hit my radar. It's now a key report because I think what's going on with the M2 money supply, it's going to get tighter. It's going to go further negative. A lot of that will show up in this Senior Loan Officer Survey. So very interesting. Then on Tuesday, we get the JOLTS report, our job openings on the decline. We're going to get construction spending. I think if we are going to truly have a rolling recession, you're going to see construction actually be additive to the economy because it has been negative for about 4 quarters. Wednesday, we're going to get the ADP report. Let's not forget one more time. Let's not forget that the ADP report was wildly off from the job survey on Friday, but we will get the ADP report. I think it was like, I don't know, 526, and the Friday report was like 166 or something. So again, ADP report will come out. We will all overreact, and then we will wait for Friday. Thursday, we get the weekly drumbeat, which again is the one weekly number I look at pretty religiously now. The weekly unemployment claims will come out Thursday. And then Friday, the big number of the week, how many jobs were added in July? How many jobs were added in July? And of course, the unemployment rate. Not to be outdone, not only do we have economic data, but we have earnings next week. Start off with SoFi on Monday. We will get AMD and Uber on Tuesday. Wednesday will be PayPal, Robinhood, and CVS. Thursday, Amazon and Apple, Coinbase, Stem, and Expedia. And then finally on Friday, we will get Nikola. So lots of exciting things to look for. What's going on with the consumer, what's going on with banks, the chip sector, lots and lots of stuff. So one of the things I've been thinking about is millionaire traits, right? The Millionaire Next Door, all of these other folks talking about millionaires. I think it is interesting for me to look at my circle, which, let's be very, very clear. I don't think this is a secret, but let's not hide it. My circle is full of real estate investors, right? Mainly. I still have some friends in tech, but mainly real estate. One, it takes 10 years. It's not overnight. It's not get rich quick. It's get rich for sure. Again, obviously very real estate heavy. 3, typically you're either recycling capital as you're in growth mode, which is something I did, or you're doing what Dion does and you're just having the income snowball kick in and you're buying your next one faster as the snowball kicks in. 4, we use debt. Everyone I know who's a millionaire in real estate uses debt. They use it safely. They're not over leveraged. They're not creating alligators. But yes, and if you don't know what an alligator is, read my first book, One Rental at a Time. It's in there. In fact, it's the only picture in that book. Number 5, no outlandish purchases. We didn't buy Lambos. We didn't buy crazy expensive homes for at least 10 years. You have to get the momentum going. We keep a very tight circle of friends. It's actually one of the rules in the 7 rules of ORAT is you got to audit your network. There's some people in your network today that don't deserve to be there. Get them out. 7, we believed it was possible. We didn't know how. In fact, a lot of the millionaires I know in real estate knew it was possible, but they had no evidence, myself included. Nobody in our network, when we got started, had done it. We just believed if we did the work and we were consistent, it would get better. And then finally, we took ownership of our future. You're going to be 10 years older in 10 years. You got to choose your hard. Life's hard. Life's hard. Right? You choose your hard. So again, lots and lots of stuff going on. And then finally, one of the things I'm left with, I saw this on Twitter. I wish I could give credit to, I think it was Cody Sanchez. And she talked about rich versus freedom, which I thought was interesting. I think if you were to ask most people want to be rich. Why? Because usually when you ask someone to be rich, they can give you a number. I want to be worth 2 million, 5 million, 10 million, whatever it is, rich. But when you ask somebody about freedom, specifically financial freedom, most people haven't done the work. Most people have no idea how little or how much it would take to be free. Let me tell you this right now. The goal is not to be rich. The goal is financial freedom. The goal is options. The goal is choices. The goal is impact. The goal is to be happy. I know plenty of people who make $500,000 a year and are miserable. They're on this hamster wheel. They may look successful from the outside, but you don't want their life. They are in debt up to their eyeballs. If they have one fart and their income goes down, they're almost bankrupt. It is that sad. In fact, I have known sales reps over the last 2 decades who made $1 million and had to declare bankruptcy 3 years later. Folks, you don't want to be rich. You want to be free. You want to have choices. Now, that may mean you get rich, but trust me when I say you need to figure out your monthly burn. What is your financial nut? How much do you need? Please go audit the last 90 days, needs versus wants, whatever it is for you. Go figure that out, folks. Like, subscribe, comment, folks. We are almost to 50,000, which means I need to start doing some planning once we get there about an event in Vegas. All right, everybody, take care of yourself. Thank you so much.